Right now, a much-needed grocery store on Madison's south side gets the go-ahead from city leaders.
Plus, another derailed train caught on camera as a federal investigation begins into safety issues with the company at the center.
And 2 Americans killed in Mexico and 2 survivors back on U.S. soil. What we're learning about the violent kidnapping coming up. You're watching News 3 Now at 10. And thanks for joining us tonight. We got a taste of spring today. Temperatures in the mid-40s. And plenty of sunshine out there. But Mother Nature isn't quite ready for winter to be over just yet.
Our First Warn weather team has issued a pair of alert days for both Thursday and Friday as another winter storm takes aim. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canolfi joins us from the backyard patio with more.
Yeah, this storm's getting a little more interesting every time I look at it. Some of the computer models are indicating we could see slightly higher snow totals than what we have forecast. But let's start out by taking a look at the First Warn alert day that we have in the forecast. Right now, we're thinking a general 3 to 6 inch snowfall across all of southern Wisconsin. However, there may be some areas that see more than that. We could be seeing some 6 or 8 inch amounts in some areas. But this will be mainly from Thursday afternoon through Friday morning. By Friday afternoon, the snow will be winding down and coming to an end. But already winter storm watches have been issued for the western part of our viewing area, west of a Platteville to Lone Rock to Wisconsin Dells line. This watch starts at noon on Thursday and runs through 6 a.m. on Friday. The time lapse from the Platteville Queen Bee Radio Skycam shows some clouds to start the day, but it's one of those few days that we've had sunshine in the recent time. But you can see the skies started to cloud up as we headed towards sunset, and now skies are mostly cloudy. High temperatures today, pretty mild. 45 in Madison, 48 degrees in Janesville. Temperatures in the 40s as far north as the Dells. Right now we're in the middle 30s, but the cloud cover will keep us from falling too much further. 34 right now in Madison, 35 in Platteville across Dane County, 34 in Belleville, 33 in Sun Prairie, and 35 degrees in Wanakee. Look for skies to be mostly cloudy overnight. Low temperature dropping to 30 degrees. Tomorrow should be another mild day, but the next winter storm starts to affect us on Thursday. I'll have the timing on that and also take a look at some of the newer snowfall totals from the computer models in just a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. And to stay up to date on the upcoming storm away from your TV, try downloading our free First Warn Weather app and be the first to know. A brand new, desperately needed grocery store will soon be built on Madison's south side.
Tonight, the Common Council approving the city's purchase of the space that, as McKenna Alexander explains, will help ease the area's food insecurity.
Right now, the corner of South Park and Cedar Streets is only home to future condos, construction equipment, and sawdust.
And so as you come in this door...
But for longtime Madison resident and second-generation grocer Christy Maurer, this building site is where a project 5 years in the making is finally becoming a reality.
In the corner over there is going to be probably where the Sushi Island is going to be. And I'm thinking the Sushi Island.
After reaching an agreement with Maurer, city officials announced on Tuesday that the full-service, independently owned Maurer's Urban Market will be developed on Madison's south side, an area desperately in need of grocery stores, as the local Pick and Save is slated to close later this year. While smaller than a Pick and Save, Maurer is confident her market will reliably bring South Madison fresh and affordable groceries.
This will be a little smaller footprint. It'll be 24,000 square feet. But I really believe that in a small footprint, I can still do great things. And so I'm excited to kind of showcase what we can do.
A 15-year lease with several options for renewal means the market will easily become a South Side staple, offering a wide variety of fresh produce, meats, bakery items, and more.
That large selection is critically needed on the south side, as residents there are miles away from any supermarket other than Pick and Save.
I usually just come here for a few things at a time since I live so close. If I need more, I usually, like I said, go to the Willie Street Co-op.
Even residents that drive to the grocery store still find themselves burdened by the south side's lack of options.
You have to drive a decent amount, either to like Target or Walmart, which is a good 15-minute drive. It is kind of like an inconvenience almost because, it adds to your day.
Frustrations like these are something Maurer says further motivate her to build on a lifetime of providing the best possible groceries.
I'm just super excited to be bringing this store to this community.
For News 3 Now, this is McKenna Alexander.
Maurer says the new market, which is set to be completed by the end of the year, will create over 100 new jobs.
One of Dane County's largest private companies continues to grow. Epic expanding its Verona campus even more, and with it adding more staff. 3 new buildings will allow for more space, private offices, and a restaurant for the medical software company's employees. The buildings, which will match the company's unique reputation of design straight out of a storybook, These current projects under construction are expected to be complete in 2024. Also underway now after years of planning and debate, construction for Madison's new bus rapid transit system is designed to improve travel times while connecting key parts of the city with major employers. The route will connect East and West Town malls, Madison College, the Capitol Square, UW-Madison, and Hilldale, among other locations.
We're seeing new dash cam video tonight showing the moment a Norfolk Southern train derailed and crashed in Springfield, Ohio over the weekend. Video captured by truck driver Timothy Taylor shows the moment a cart smashed into a railroad crossing traffic light. Local leaders say there was no threat to public safety following the derailment. A Norfolk Southern communications manager said there were 4 tanker cars involved in the derailment. However, they were not carrying any hazardous materials. Well, the same train company also involved in another crash this morning, this one in Cleveland, Ohio. Police say a dump truck collided with the train, killing the conductor. It is just the latest incident involving Norfolk Southern, leading to the NTSB opening a special investigation into the company's safety practices.
Another scare in the skies over the U.S. This video shows a group of airline passengers taking down a man who tried to stab a flight attendant and open an emergency door mid-flight. This happened on Sunday on the flight from Los Angeles to Boston. The suspect, 33-year-old Francisco Severo Torres, is now charged with 1 count of interference and attempted interference with flight crew members using a dangerous weapon. Police say he used the handle of a broken spoon as the weapon. New tonight, 4 people are dead now after 2 planes collided midair and crashed into a Central Florida lake this afternoon. It happened over Lake Hartridge in Winter Haven. Police have identified 3 of the victims. On one aircraft, a 24-year-old flight instructor, along with a 19-year-old student pilot. On the other aircraft, a 67-year-old Pennsylvania man. The FAA and NTSB will now investigate.
Mexican officials say 1 man has been arrested in connection to the kidnapping of 4 Americans. They add no ransom was involved in today's recovery of the 4. 2 are alive and recovering in a U.S. hospital, but 2 others are dead. Christian Benavides is following the story.
2 of the 4 Americans kidnapped in Mexico last week were found alive at this stash house about a half hour from where they were taken. Latavia McGee and Eric Williams received medical care and were then brought back to the U.S. to a hospital in Brownsville, Texas. McGee, Williams, and 2 friends, Shaid Woodard and Zindel Brown, were in Mexico so McGee could have a cosmetic surgery, but they got caught in the crossfire between 2 cartels. Woodard and Brown were killed.
We thank our Mexican and U.S. law enforcement partners for their efforts to find these innocent victims, and the task forward is to ensure that justice is done.
Last year, more than 1 million Americans traveled to Mexico for health tourism, spending about $250 million. What do you make of this outcome?
So it poses a huge problem, especially when you combine it with the unbridled brutality of the cartels.
38-year-old Williams, a husband and father, was shot in the leg. CBS News spoke to his wife, Michelle, who didn't want to show her face.
Did he tell you anything about that moment at all?
No, we didn't discuss it because it was, to hear his voice, it was just a lot of crying.
Mexican authorities say this 24-year-old man was arrested in connection to the attack. Christian Benavides, CBS News.
The governor of the Mexican state they were in say the bodies of the 2 who died will be turned over to the U.S. following forensic work. Unrest continues in the country of Georgia, where police are now using tear gas to disperse protesters in the capital city after Parliament gave its initial backing to a draft law on foreign agents. Yesterday, the proposal also led to lawmakers exchanging punches. The law would require any organizations receiving more than 20% of their funding from overseas to register as foreign agents. Critics have said it is reminiscent of a 2012 Russian law that has since been used to crack down on dissent.
Russia and Ukraine say they have exchanged scores of prisoners of war, the latest swap in more than a year of fighting. Russia's defense ministry said 90 Russian prisoners of war had returned from Ukraine in the latest exchange. Kyiv said 130 Ukrainian service personnel have been released from Russian custody. The head of the Ukrainian presidential staff says 87 of the Ukrainians had taken part in the defense of the southeastern city of Mariupol before its capture by Russia. We're also seeing new drone footage showing the scale of the destruction in the city of Bakhmut, where a battle has been brewing now for months. Moscow has sent thousands of troops in waves over recent weeks to try to capture the eastern Ukrainian city and secure its first battlefield victory in more than half a year. Ukrainian forces have dug trenches further west and in recent days had seemed to be preparing to pull out. And the war in Ukraine has triggered a big demand for weapons.
But one company in Europe is delivering deception to the front lines with decoy tanks and jets to trick the enemy. CBS's Ian Lee has the story.
Business is on the rise for this company in Prague. Inflatech creates inflatable weapons, decoys designed to look like the real deal, from tanks to the powerful American HIMARS rocket launcher. The company's CEO says, without binoculars, from a distance, you can't tell if it's real or not. The company produces a wide range of decoys, including faux fighter jets, and prices run in the tens of thousands of dollars. A small fraction of what the enemy might shell out, destroying them. He says they're wasting a weapon that costs 20 times more, so why win economically? Workers stitch together about 4 dozen decoys every month. Light synthetic silk keeps most inflatables around 200 pounds. A team of 4 can inflate one in about 10 minutes. And demand is blowing up after Russia invaded Ukraine.
We can't tell you how many countries we sell to. We can't tell you who we're selling to. But definitely we are selling to a lot of government around the world.
While Inflatech won't confirm they're selling decoys to Ukraine, they say their goal is to waste Russian missiles. And the tactic might be working. Russia claims it has destroyed more than 40 American-supplied HIMARS. But the U.S. has reportedly only given about 20. Ian Lee, CBS News.
The company's CEO says he prefers making toys and hopes to get back to that once the world is safe for children. Still to come at 10, your full forecast, including a look at this week's alert days.
Plus, this first ever 3D printed rocket is heading into space. Well, at least that's the goal. We'll tell you about it next.
At Pick and Save, we want our fresh produce to meet your expectations, which is why we do up to a 27-point inspection to check for things like color and scarring. Because when it comes to fresh, higher standards mean fresher produce. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy and water providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
You've got places to be, things to do, goals to crush. So at Basecamp Fitness, we pack 50 minutes worth of calorie burn into just 35. How do we do it? By switching between 60-second intervals of air bike cardio and strength training to keep the workout and your progress moving forward fast, no matter what level you're at. Take a free class, join, and get a $100 Lululemon gift card through March 31st. Visit any of our 3 Madison locations or basecampfitness.com.
Planning a remodel? Don't toss your cabinets, furniture, and appliances. Donate to Habitat Restore. Your items stay out of landfills while proceeds create housing solutions for hardworking families. Build a stronger community with Habitat Restore of Dane County.
The local water experts at Culligan can take care of everything but the kitchen sink. Actually, we do that too. Culligan, here for every water worry.
At no fault of their own during the cold, thousands of Wisconsin residents in your community make the difficult choice between eating or heating their home. On March 9th, please join News 3 Now and support a day of warmth, benefiting the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund. 90 cents of every dollar donated is used to help those in crisis. Give the gift of warmth. For more information, visit kwwf.org/donate. A Day of Warmth, sponsored by Viridian Homes and Kaiser Lincoln.
When your door is always open, so is the fridge. At Pick and Save, however you shop, in-store, pickup, or delivery, you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards. That's a win-win-win. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Their daughter has Rett syndrome.
She's all there mentally, but she's locked inside a body.
News 3 Now's Arman Rahman shares a family's struggle to move forward and the financial roadblocks that come with the diagnosis. Driven to Care, Thursday at 10. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. Something to keep an eye on tomorrow. The world's first 3D printed rocket will be launching from Cape Canaveral. The Terran 1 rocket stands 110 feet tall, 7.5 feet wide. It's said to be the largest 3D printed object ever to exist and to attempt orbital flight, of course. By 3D printing both the rocket and its engines, the company is able to make a Terran 1 from raw materials within 60 days with 100 times fewer parts than current construction methods. After signs of slowing down, the eruption at the summit of the Kilauea volcano in Hawaii has officially paused after 61 days of activity. The U.S. Geological Survey posted the update today. It says lava is no longer flowing on the crater floor, where all recent activity has been confined. Kilauea started erupting January 5th after nearly month-long pause in volcanic activity.
In honor of Women's History Month and International Women's Day tomorrow, Mattel made some Barbies to honor the Wojcicki sisters, who the company calls STEM trailblazers. Susan Wojcicki, a former YouTube CEO, was the 16th employee to join Google in its earliest days. Annie Wojcicki is the CEO of the at-home DNA testing company 23andMe, and their other sister, Janet Wojcicki, is a professor of pediatrics and epidemiology in San Francisco. These one-of-a-kind dolls aren't for sale. Mattel will gift them to the Wojcickis.
Underachievers.
Completely. Apple is introducing a new iPhone 14 and 14 Plus color just in time for spring. Yellow joins the lineup of black, white, red, blue, and purple. Apple is also releasing spring-themed watch band and silicone iPhone cases. You can pre-order the yellow iPhones beginning Friday. General availability begins on March 14th. Well, Hershey has unveiled 2 new plant-based candy options: vegan Reese's peanut butter cups and a chocolate Hershey bar with almonds and sea salt. Both products will be made with oats instead of dairy and are designed to taste just like chocolate. The Reese's cups will be available nationally this month and the Hershey bar in April.
That's health food, Gary. The weather may be starting to warm up, but the need for help to cover heating and cooling costs, that never goes away. And News 3 Now, once again, partnering with the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and Energy Service, Inc. for a day of warmth. It's a telethon and donation drive to raise money for those in need all across the state. It'll be held on Thursday afternoon, 4 to 6:30. But you can donate ahead of time. We got plenty of information for you, channel3000.com. And we'll be feeling winter's wrath once again later this week. Here's Gary with the first warn forecast.
Yeah, it was a mild day today. Tomorrow should be pretty nice, too, at least temperature-wise.
And
then, yes, I'm not going to be getting any Reese's candies, I'm sure. Let's start out by taking a look at our first warn weather alert days that we have in the forecast. We added Thursday to the alert days because of the potential for snow now Thursday afternoon into Friday morning. So that seems to be about the sweet spot, at least as far as snow time is concerned. We're looking at about 3 to 6 inches of snow with some higher amounts possible. We might start to see that number start to creep up a little bit based on some of the very new computer model information just received in the last few minutes. All of southern Wisconsin is going to be affected. Now, this is kind of what we're thinking right now, 3 to 6 inches generally. Right now, the heaviest snow totals appear to be farther out to the west. But take a look at what some of the numbers that we're looking at. This is the national blend of models where we take all the computer models, kind of mix them together, and come up with an average. And this shows, this is from the 1 p.m. Information that we received, about 90% chance we get at least an inch of snow, about a 50% chance of almost 5 inches of snow, and a 10% chance of about a foot of snow. Here's the latest numbers that just came in at 7 p.m. And notice how these numbers have gone up. The 50 percentile now at 7.9 inches, and the possibility for 13 inches, still a 10% probability, but even the low end now, we're in the 3 to 4 or 5 inch range. So confidence is pretty high that we're going to see at least that 3 to 6 inch amount, and perhaps even more than that, just based on some of the new numbers. A little wider perspective, heaviest snow totals will probably end up in South Dakota, into parts of western Minnesota. The storm will move a little bit more quickly as it moves through southern Wisconsin and northern Illinois. One of the computer models, the European computer model, showing a general 2 to 4 inches of snow. The graph computer model, this is what we use for our main day-to-day future track, showing some 4 to 6 inch totals over parts of southern Wisconsin. As we take a look at the GFS computer model, this is the U.S. government main model, showing about 4 to 6 inches, maybe a little bit more farther to the south. And the NAM computer model, this just received over the last few minutes actually, still showing somewhere between about 8 and 10 inches or more of snow across southern Wisconsin. That's at the high end, but again, it's not out of the question that could happen. The storm's still back in the Pacific Northwest, but it'll follow a path into the Texas and Oklahoma panhandles. We call that an Oklahoma hook type storm, and moving in a very favorable path for the potential for winter weather here. So already winter storm watches in effect west of Platteville to Lone Rock to Wisconsin Dells line from noon on Thursday through 6 a.m. on Friday morning. For tomorrow, no problem. Mostly cloudy, dry, high temperature at 44. But as we take a look at planning your day for tomorrow, look for cloudy skies, 43 for the high in Verona, 42 in Windsor. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, 42 Prairie du Chien, 41 in La Crosse, and 43 in Janesville. Where it starts to get interesting, noon Thursday, the snow approaching the Mississippi River starts to overspread much of southern Wisconsin. By late Thursday afternoon, snows steadily Thursday night. This is midnight. You can see 6 a.m. Still snowing pretty steadily. As we get into the morning hours, the snow a little more spotty or showery in nature. And then as we head into the afternoon, it kind of winds down to some flurries and comes to an end. But not until after we see about 3 to 6 inches or perhaps more of snow through most of southern Wisconsin. Our first warned 7 to 10 day forecast. Temperatures drop into the mid-30s after the snow leaves for the weekend. Might see a little bit of minor accumulation on Sunday, maybe an inch of snow from that weather system. Temperatures stay cold through next week. Some snow chances on Thursday, maybe mixed a little rain in the afternoon, ending in some snow showers on Friday morning.
And coming up in sports, it's win or go home time for the Badgers. Why Tyler Wallace says they're feeling no pressure ahead of the Big Ten tournament. That's next on News 3 Now.
3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
So with a Planet Fitness Black Card, I'll get a post-workout glow like that guy?
Everybody knows that you need to glow, the glow, the glow.
And I get a free Amazon Halo to track my fitness and sleep.
Cause when you got the glow, that is no stopping what you want to do. Oh.
And I can bring a friend.
It's the way of life.
Okay, sign me up.
Sign up for the PF Black Card for $1 down, $24.99 a month, and get a free Amazon Halo View. Ends March 15th. It's glow time.
Extremist Dan Kelly wants abortion banned, even in cases of rape, incest, and the health of the mother. For years, Kelly was on the payroll of a radical anti-abortion group working to take away women's rights. On the court, Kelly will uphold Wisconsin's 1849 criminal abortion ban that strips women of their freedom to make personal decisions on abortion. Dan Kelly, an extremist who doesn't care about us.
There are so many things we take for granted. So many things. And along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for their survival for granted too. The elderly, disabled, the veterans, people on limited and fixed incomes, or folks that lost jobs in sectors hardest hit during the pandemic. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? Some people just can't come back. And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind, struggling to keep their heat, water, and power on. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our heat, water, and power providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
The world's largest consumer bicycle show, Bike-O-Rama, is this weekend at Madison's Alliant Energy Center.
Spring is coming, so is the 27th annual Bike-O-Rama, and admission is free.
Dozens of factory reps from all the major brands will be on hand to answer your questions about the new 2023 models.
All at the lowest prices of the year.
Test Fast Ride e-bikes on the huge indoor test track.
Clothing, helmets, parts, and accessories up to 90% off. Half price inner tubes.
All bicycles include free local service.
The 27th annual Bikorama at Madison's Alliant Energy Center.
This weekend starts Friday at noon through 6 o'clock Sunday.
That was funny. Yeah. That's a sick bike.
Boys.
Miss Sanderson?
See you Monday.
No way.
For the first time since 2000, the Badger men will be playing on the first day of the Big Ten tournament. Yeah, it's been that type of year for Wisconsin. And the outside noise heading into the tourney, not a lot of high expectations for this group. But that's okay to these guys because Greg Gard's squad only cares about one thing, going 1-0.
It's honestly a little less pressure. You can just go out there and play. There's not really any expectations. Like I said, it's 0-0. Everyone's 0-0 right now. So we got to go out there, take it game by game, and go 1-0 every time.
In the postseason, you lose, you're done. So what we have to do. We know what we have to do, and we're just going to get it done.
Connor Sejan has been getting it done all season for Wisconsin. Big reason why he's been named to the Big Ten's all-freshman team. The UW guard is averaging just under 12 points per game, good enough for second on the team in scoring. Sejan becomes the 8th Badger to be named all-freshman by the conference. After leading Marquette to their first Big East regular season championship in a decade, Oregon native Shaka Smart has been named the Big East Coach of the Year. And for good reason. Their 17 conference wins this season are a school record, and they sit 6th in the top 25. It's the program's highest ranking since 1978. Bucks without Giannis and Drew Holiday against the Magic tonight. Don't worry, though. Chris Middleton was playing, and Cash Money gonna lob one up for Brook Lopez, who slams it home. Game high 26 for Lopez. Middleton finished with 24 points and 11 assists. And Javon Carter, well, he was feeling it, too. That's just dirty. 24 from him. Bucks make it 14 straight over the Magic, 134 to 123. The road to Duluth for the Wisconsin women's hockey team begins against an NCAA tournament rookie, Long Island in New York. The Thursday, the Sharks will be their first ever appearance in the tournament, so chalk that up to an advantage for the Badgers. Another thing they have going for them, the league they play in. 4 of the 11 teams left are from the WCHA, a conference that has them ready for a postseason run.
It's not any different this weekend. We've played in big games before. We've played in front of crowds and a lot on the line. So I think that's a good experience for us to go into this weekend.
It's those games that really prep you for the playoffs. And when we get in the tournament, we've beat each other up the whole season. But, if you're healthy and ready to go, it gives you the best chance to run at the trophy.
Without an Aaron Rodgers update, right? Well, ESPN's reporting that the Jets owner, the GM, the head coach, and offensive coordinator Nathaniel Hackett all flew to California to meet with number 12 himself. Now, the only way they can talk to Rodgers, who is still under contract in Green Bay, is if the Packers said it was okay. Remember, though, talking to the Jets does not mean he'll play for the Jets next season, so we're just going to have to continue to wait for his decision. We're back after this.
Your family's year-round comfort is our year-round commitment at RG Heating and Air Conditioning. We install quality Trane equipment and service all brands so your home's furnace and AC will perform their best year-round. RG Heating and AC.
At Stanton Optical, independent eye doctors are available for eye exams whenever you need one. You should have seen me before I got mine. You're so quiet. Are you mad at me? Book your free same-day eye exam at Stanton Optical today.
Oh, the weather. What's the chance of rain tomorrow?
Ooh, 80%. I make it rain. I make it rain.
Speaking of making it rain, at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, we have an average 95% payout, which leads you to more chances of playing longer and more chances to win big. play longer, win more, chances are you're gonna like it.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
Need life insurance? SelectQuote found Jacob, 40, a $500,000 policy for only $19 a month. And SelectQuote found his wife Wendy, a $500,000 policy for only $17 a month.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Anytime Fitness is having a 10-day flash sale. For 10 days only, you can join Anytime Fitness for just $1. Get a coach and a community to support you with training, nutrition, and recovery. Now through March 10th, join Anytime Fitness for just $1. Hurry in now. This deal won't last long.
Update the floors in your home and save 11% on your flooring project at Menards. Great Lakes vinyl floors are perfect for any room in your home. Find a wide selection of waterproof and durable floors that are easy to install. Great Lakes vinyl floors also feature an attached pad for comfort and noise reduction. Heritage vinyl plank is only $329 after 11% rebate now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Lake Ridge may be a new name, but it isn't a new bank. It's one built on over a century of community commitment. One equipped with all the knowledge and resources of 145 collective years of experience. Monona Bank and State Bank of Cross Plains are coming together as one. As Lake Ridge Bank, we're doing more together for you.
Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. We did the math, people. For $79, you get all this. That costs over $400 at LensCrafters, over $200 at Walmart, and over $150 at America's Best. When it comes to value, Stanton Optical is the top bird.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. RG Heating and AC. We'll always treat you like family. Guaranteed.
Channel 3000 Plus. Watch from your streaming media player or mobile device.
Gary's back with a final look at the forecast.
Yeah, already winter storm watch for our western viewers from noon Thursday through 6 a.m. Friday. I'm sure they'll be issued for the rest of southern Wisconsin. Right now, we're thinking about 3 to 6 inches of snow, maybe a little more in some areas, but Kelly Slifka will take a look at the new model information and have an updated forecast tomorrow on News 3 Now this morning.
All right, Gary, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10.
Do something good, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.